Somewhere out there is that one in a million. Someone who thinks with their hands, who can shape raw materials into something meaningful, and who wants to serve in their own way. If you're out there, if you're looking for more, we're looking too. We're calling on a new generation of builders for Navy's next-gen submarines.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate you so much for being here today. We're very excited. My name is Kevin Woods. I've been here at Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing for a long time, for most of you that know me. But we've never been more excited about an announcement. We've never been more excited to launch into a partnership and a platform with a great group of people, and that's with this Blue Forge Alliance group. We're going to talk a little bit what that means here in a minute. We're going to talk about buildsubmarines.com. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Kylie Wren, and Kylie is the co-founder and co-CEO of Blue Force Alliance, to come up. And of course, Brad Keselowski, who is our co-owner and also happens to be the driver of the number 6, our iconic Ford. And then Jacob Wyan. Jacob's the EVP of our sales development at RFK. Guys, have a seat. Real quick, couple of housekeeping items. We're going to go through a couple statements with these guys, let them talk a little bit about what's going on. They'll be available for one-on-ones afterwards. In addition to that, Jeremy Thompson, who is our VP of competition, is also here. He'll be available. We'll have Rob Gorham, who is the other co-founder and other CEO of the Blue Forge Alliance Group. He'll be here as well. And Chris Busher, driver of the number 17 Ford, who will also be a part of this program, is here as well. So, long afternoon. Real quick, want to thank the people here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for letting us ambush their theater. When we went to CMS, we said we wanted to turn this thing into a submarine. I don't think they thought we were being serious, but look around. Here we are. It's been very successful. Also with CSM, have to thank the guys at CSM, Kristen, and all the hard work they did in making this come to fruition. So we're very excited today. Let's get with you, Kylie. Talk about this program. Talk about the program with buildsubmarines.com and really what the Blue Force Alliance Group's doing to make that happen.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. First of all, I think it's probably kind of appropriate that we did this today because we're kind of underwater. So worked out pretty well, I guess. First of all, I want to say I'm very humbled to be up here representing the entirety of the submarine industrial base. We'll explain more about what that is in a minute. But Blue Forge Alliance is the nonprofit integrator for the Navy's submarine industrial base, focused on building the next generation submarines for the naval fleet. And the BuildSubmarines.com program is focused on drawing workforce into the industrial base. We have thousands, tens of thousands of jobs over the coming decade and more, actually a couple of decades, for good, well-paying manufacturing jobs. And the BuildSubmarines.com is basically a job portal, a career portal to access that. So it's about awareness of pulling people into good, well-paying jobs with a purpose.
Brad, on that note, talk about being able to align with this type of program as a co-owner of a race team, but also as the owner of CAM, which is an advanced manufacturing facility.
Well, this is a big day for us, you know, with RFK, and for me personally, to put this partnership together means a lot. And it's really authentic. You know, obviously, most everybody here knows that I have an advanced manufacturing business, and we really understand the needs of this workforce. And beyond that, and what it means for RFK, what it means for our country. You know, we chose this day very specifically because, you know, when we look out at the world view and the world landscape, submarines are so important right now. If you follow what's going on in the news and some of the adversaries we have and how things are rapidly changing, this is one of our last true tactical advantages here in the United States, and we want to keep it that way. In order to do that, you know, as we were just talking here, Kyle, we need tens of thousands of people to choose to work in manufacturing. And we need to enlighten guidance counselors, moms, dads, high school and college graduates of how great these jobs are, how they're, you know, not the old legacy manufacturing of the dirty floor shops. It's advanced technology with robotics and computer-aided design and engineering and so forth. And we need those people to choose manufacturing right now. It's a super important initiative, not just for us, but for our entire country. And so we're glad to support that, and we're going to have a number of campaigns. If it's not just on the race car, you're going to see this at the racetrack. You're going to see it in the midways. You're going to see us out talking to people in different places away from the racetrack about just how important this cause is and this initiative is for our country. So super authentic to me, and I get the joy of representing and driving the car on the racetrack too, which is a huge bonus. But we're super thrilled to be a part of this campaign.
Callie, on that note, can you talk about what made RFK and NASCAR in general really such a good fit for this program?
Yeah, Kevin, there are so many things, actually. The culture of RFK, the history of RFK with Mr. Roush and the decades of experience in manufacturing, advanced manufacturing, even to our defense and our armed forces, right up now to Brad and what he's done with his advanced manufacturing company. The culture by which RFK operates, their values and their principles. It's just a perfect fit for them and Blue Forge Alliance and Submarine Industrial Base. We couldn't find a better partner, actually.
Jacob, getting to you, can you talk about, we kind of talked about how this is a good fit, but can you talk about how this came about, how these were found, and a little bit about really kind of RFK's shift and initiative to finding these type of partners that really suit who we are and what we're about as we go forward?
Yeah, you all have seen the transformation that RFK Racing has made competitively under Brad's leadership, and along the same time, we had a transformation on the sales and marketing side of our business too. We're more integrated today than we've ever been with Fenway Sports Management. I want to thank Ryan Fisher for being here on behalf of FSG. And we've worked a lot more collectively across the sales and marketing staff at RFK Racing with Kevin Woods and his group. And in doing so, to put a lot of really intelligent people in rooms together to have collaborative conversations about how we could take our product to market and think differently and start to think outside of the box and think about programs and platforms versus selling paint schemes. And paint schemes are a part of what we're going to continue to do, but it's the things we're going to do Monday through Friday with this BuildSubs.com campaign that's going to be really impactful. So in doing that, you know, Justin Hand, one of our sales leaders, it's a preparation meeting opportunity We've done this for the last 18 months, kind of preparing for this moment with Brad coming on board. And when Justin saw the BuildSubmarines.com ad campaign airing during March Madness, it didn't take him long to recognize that this was a brand and a platform and mission that we wanted to be a part of. So I'm super grateful for the staff that we have at RFK Racing. We got a great team, both here in Concord and the folks that sit in both Boston and New York that support us at FSG to help get this done, and here today and excited about announcing this.
Thank you. Any questions at this time? Yes, ma'am. Claire up front.
You were talking about your business that plays into this specifically. Can you talk about how that worked into getting this sponsor, or how that plays into it, please?
Yeah, well, obviously advanced manufacturing is something that is near and dear to my heart, Claire. And, I think I had an understanding of where this market's going and how important it is with respect to the people and the mission. And, through various other exposures I've had in that business, we were keenly aware of this base and some of the key people that are responsible for making us successful, and the initiative around labor. We live it day to day with my advanced manufacturing business of where are we going to find the people to run the robots, to program them and to maintain them and to understand Industry 4.0 and these really complicated processes that it's going to take to move the labor market forward here in the United States, especially as we're in such a supply chain crunch. So certainly a lot of exposure to those that made this a really easy connection, Claire.
Alan Cavanagh, to that point you just made, there was a time where it was tough to find engineers to come to NASCAR. So you're not competing against yourself here, are you?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, yes. We want great engineers. What we really want is, guidance counselors, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, whoever it might be, to be telling the college graduate, telling the high school graduate, hey, I know you haven't decided what you want to do with your life. Have you thought about this? And when they ask the question, well, where do I go? Where do I start? We want them to go to BuildSubmarines.com. And we want them to learn about all the different opportunities there are for very high-paying advanced manufacturing jobs that are in our country and are stable jobs that will be here forever, and that you can have a sense of purpose with everything you do. And the sense of purpose comes from knowing that our greatest deterrent, the nuclear submarine, is what we're going to rely on to keep us out of the next big war, the next big conflict. That's what these are. These are the world's best deterrents because, Theodore Roosevelt, speak softly, carry a big stick. This is the United States big stick. It's the last great tactical advantage we have is the nuclear submarine, and we need to build a lot of them, several dozen over the next 10 years, and we don't have the people we need to do that. So if we want peace in our time and in our world, this is so important of an initiative to be a part of, and there's a sense of pride and purpose that comes with it, along with a great paying job that's in a incredibly advanced environment that's going to last for a long time. So I think what we really want, like I said, is we want fans to come to our races and walk our midway and to see our display and ask their son or daughter, hey, have you thought about this? Or maybe it is the son or daughter who walks by and goes, I never thought of this. I want to see what this is. I want to go check it out. And that might be the midway, that might be watching on TV or whatever that might be. We think we have a great audience in NASCAR that understands the patriotism and has a sense of pride in that purpose, Alan, that can really engage here.
Yeah, Al Pierce with Auto Week. For any of you gentlemen, is an electric boat or Newport News or Biloxi, are they involved at all in this? Because they build submarines where I live, and they got their own apprentice school, and I didn't know how this fits in with those guys.
Yes, sir. That's a great question. Definitely right at the point of spear of Submarine Industrial Base. Blue Forge Alliance partners with the Navy and Submarine Industrial Base to help coalesce and find synergy among all those different efforts so that we can act as kind of a force multiplier. So absolutely, 100%, they're completely involved in this.
Yes, Barry Richmond, Piedmont Broadcasting Corporation. So I know this is part of the submarine industrial base and also related to the defense industrial base as well. Are there any plans to tour the facility where the training is done? I know it's happening at the Institute for Advanced Learning and Research in Danville, accelerated training in defense manufacturing. and it's a really major thing to say, but I didn't know if that was on you all's plan, especially since it's outside of Martinsville, for the fall race.
Yeah, I would say all those are on the table and are a part of a number of initiatives we'll have to get outside of the racetrack and to speak to the communities. I wouldn't limit ourselves to one thing, but certainly a lot of things that we will do.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Hey, Trent with FrontStretch.com. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people who may want to join the military in high school and stuff, but they can't because of disabilities. Is there a plan to make this sort of like a good alternative for that so they can still serve their country in some way?
Yeah, that's a great question. Most certainly. There are a lot of young people who are looking for a way to make a difference, have a career with purpose. Some don't have that option to serve their country. And by the way, what a great reminder and thank you again for the team that set this up. But to do this today on Memorial Day weekend at the Coke 600, I mean, what a perfect venue to do this. But to that point, absolutely, there are tens of thousands of well-paying jobs with a purpose in the defense industrial base, the submarine industrial base. There's a lot of crossover there, and we want to pull those people in and let them know they have an opportunity.
Any other questions?
Bob Parkhurst, Fox Sports. Brad, you've seen some sponsors come and go for this organization. Did some people want fewer races, and what's it mean to be able to get somebody to have 18 in a year as they'll have next year?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge for not just RFK, but for our industry. You know, it bodes well that NASCAR is a terrific product that speaks to people in this community and even beyond the community that we're in today. We need partners like this that are part of our ecosystem. We're working really hard to build that ecosystem into something that interconnects, and the sponsors are of sorts where they kind of play and grow and build off each other, Bob. But this puts us in a tremendous position for the immediate years to come, and we're very excited about that. As you know, that has numerous benefits and ramifications for us on the competition side, which is easy to get behind, and we're certainly thrilled about that as well, Bob.
How did this come together? How did it come together? Was this NASCAR in coordination with you, or was it because you have the background, or how did it all come together?
Claire, it was as simple as Justin Hand, one of our sales leaders that's here in the crowd, was watching a March Madness basketball game, saw some of their initial advertising efforts. We regrouped internally and just thought about, again, the way we've gone to market in the last 18 months, the things that align with Brad and what he's passionate about away from the racetrack. And we did our homework and pulled the right resources together and made connection with Kylie and his team, and the process really started from there. And all the authenticity, it's been really, really seamless to get us to this point today.
Any other questions? Well, thank you so much for joining us today. These guys will be available for some one-on-one time for a few minutes. Real quick, if you are a member of the media, we are also are very proud. Brad had at Keselowski Advanced Manufacturing, we did some 3D printing of some small submarines to commemorate this occasion. So if you will get with myself or Josh Neely back there in the white hat in the back. Josh, wave at everybody. And like I said, we got those for members of the media. They're a little limited quantity, so please be good with us on those. But Brad was nice enough to have those printed for us at his advanced manufacturing facility, which just kind of ties in marvelously with this entire program. So these guys will be up front. And again, we completely appreciate your time. I know there's a lot going on today, and good day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.